Hey guys, I hope you had a great weekend. Today we'll be taking a look at a few chart analysis as usual. We'll be starting with the DXY. So a lot happened this week in the crypto space and in the forex market. Okay, so last week we had the release of the inflation data from the United States, and this affected the market a great deal. So last week I was actually expecting this bullish flag on the DXY to hold, so giving us that good bounce to the upside, which would have caused some bearish momentum on gold, EUR-USD, and GBP USD. But unfortunately, I was wrong. So the inflation report came out last week, and it was way better than I expected. So that's why we had this massive bearish move on the DXY, which affected other major currencies. And we're going to take a look at all these in this week's analysis. Okay, so just a quick recap from what we talked about last week. This is the DXY, and remember the DXY shows the strength of the US dollar, and it gives us insight on what to trade, okay, or how to trade gold and other major currency pairs. So when we came back to the bottom of this channel, we had some slight bounce. So I was actually thinking the DXY or the dollar is going to gain some strength back to the top of this channel, which would have led to some really interesting bearish momentum on gold, GBP USD, EUR-USD, AUD USD, and bullish momentum across the other major currencies, having the DXY as the quote currency. But unfortunately, when we had that inflation report, which proved to signify that inflation is coming down gradually in the United States, so this gave investors hope that the series of interest rate hikes might be coming to an end. So that's why we had this massive bearish move on the DXY, okay, on the dollar, and we saw some massive bullish move on gold, and we're going to take a look at all that. So right now, since the news is out, so the most anticipated news report on the inflation data, since that report is out, so it means we are likely going to see some sort of market relief this coming week. Okay, so we might see the dollar coming to this area of value. So this is our next possible area of value. If we break this level, then I think this bullish rally for the DXY might just be coming to an end. So someone dropped in a comment last week saying he thinks the DXY is coming to 103, 102, around that range. So I think that's actually going to be possible if this bearish momentum continues. But before we get there, we have this area of value to deal with. So we need to come down here, possibly break through this level for us to get a confirmation that the DXY indeed is starting to end its bullish run. So that would also give us some really interesting insight on how to go about trading our major currencies. So I'm just going to watch out for the DXY to see what happens when we come into this area of value. So are we going to break or are we going to bounce? Okay, so that's what I'll be watching out this week, and try as much as possible to pay attention to the DXY, because this massive bearish move on DXY affected all major assets, even the stock market. And if you're paying attention to the DXY, then you'd have known how to take advantage of this price movement. And this is what we talked about last week. So moving on, I'm going to be talking about gold. So last week we talked about how we would take advantage of the price movement of gold. So we expected some sort of bearish reversal from this price level, because this was an area of value. Okay, this was an area of value, and you can see, to verify that it was indeed an area of value, we had a massive breakthrough. Okay, so I'm going to go down to the lower time frame. So before I go down to the lower time frame, so let me just quickly zoom out so you see a clearer picture of what I'm talking about. So this is gold. We've been in this massive bearish trend. So on the daily time frame, so yeah, on the daily time frame, you can see right from the all-time highs, we've been grinding slowly downwards. Okay, then we had this double bottom, which sent price higher. So following technicals alone is enough to help you make profit, but adding a little bit of fundamentals would give you an extra edge over the market. So DXY daily time frame downtrend. So I'm going to go down to the 2 hours time frame to show us what happened last week. So in our previous analysis, we talked about waiting for some sort of consolidation around this area of value and a bearish breakout to go short. And we also talked about the alternative, which would be a break from this level and waiting for consolidation before we go long. So if you didn't see these details, check out our previous analysis from last week. I talked about this, and this was a good opportunity to go long following the release of the inflation reports. Okay, so this would have been a very good buy trade if you indeed followed our weekly analysis from last week. Okay, so we had this massive move and it broke through this area of resistance. It broke through without even stopping, and now we seem to be grinding even higher. So in my opinion, I'm going to wait to see what happens. Okay, this week is going to basically be a week of patience, a game of patience. So I'm going to watch out for price coming into this area of value. So this resistance level, right? So this is a very good resistance level I'm going to watch out for, to see if we are going to get some sort of bearish reversal from this level. So this would mean that the DXY would have to bounce off this area of value, or maybe probably come a little downwards. So maybe come down and turn higher or turn bullish. Okay, so if this happens, then I can expect gold to reverse from this area of value, because this is the next valuable area of value we have on chart. And if I was going to take a long position from here, I'm going to wait for something like this. I'm going to go down to the 1 hour time frame. So to take advantage of that price movement from here all the way to this level, I'm going to wait for something like this. So I'm going to wait for some sort of reversal, okay, a consolidation and a bullish move to go long. So it doesn't have to be big, it doesn't have to be huge. You can see similar to something like this, okay? So you can see bullish flags signifies that price is going to head higher if those bullish flag gives you some sort of bullish breakout. Okay, so you can see we had a breakout here, we had a bullish flag. With a bullish breakout, price went higher. Okay, we had another bullish flag, a bullish breakout, price went higher. So if you get another bullish flag at these price levels giving you a bullish breakout, then you can expect price to go higher, aiming for this area of resistance. Okay, that's how it works. That's price action. So you simply take a look at what has happened in the past. If it's happening again, there's a good chance it's going to give you the same result it gave the previous time. Okay, so alternatively, we could see huge reversal to retest this area of value, bounce up, then that consolidation before we go higher. So it can happen in different ways. Okay, it can happen in one day, so it could be something really quick. Okay, as far as it gives you that bullish breakout, then you can go long to aim for this higher price targets. Alternatively, you could wait, you could see a consolidation, okay, but that doesn't mean you have to go long, not until you get a bullish breakout, because after a consolidation you could get a bearish breakout. Okay, so this getting just this consolidation does not guarantee the pattern being a bullish flag. So it's only a bullish flag if it breaks to the upside. Okay, but you already understand how these things work, so that's why you'll be able to take advantage on those breakout, those price movements. So that's what I'm going to be watching out for, to take a long position on gold. Okay, I know, yes, we're still clearly in some sort of bullish trend, but it's kind of shady right now because we've taken out these highs. Okay, so we've taken out these highs, so we just need to create some sort of higher low. Okay, so we have no idea how low this is going to be, because remember, price will not just keep going higher or keep going straight up. So price will not just keep going straight up like this. There's going to be a point of reversal. So it might be from here, reversal down, giving you a higher low. So this will be our low and giving you a higher low for you to see, for us to signify that this might be coming, this bearish, massive bearish trend from on gold might be coming to an end. Or alternatively, it could be that we go all the way up to this level, then come down, then go up. So whichever way or however it plays out, we just have to follow the market one step at a time. So the first step is being patient to see what the market does at this price level. If we get that reverse bullish flag and a breakout, then we aim for these price levels first, see what the market does. If it's going to reverse or if we're going to break higher, then we get another bullish flag, breakout. So we ride the market wherever it goes. So right now, I won't say stick to the trend, because there's a good chance the bearish trend might be coming to an end. So you don't want to miss those massive price, movements to the upside, just in case the trend is ending. So it's best to trade along with the market as price develops, as the price action develops, because clearly we've taken out this high. So if you take a look at the price action, so I'm going to go to the 6 hours time frame. So if you take a look at the price action on gold, you can see we've made series of lower highs. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way down to this level. But right now, price has broken these highs. Okay, so this is clearly there's clearly a good chance that this trend might be coming to an end, and we just have to follow the market follow the price wherever it leads and take advantage of this price movement. So to repeat once more, I'm going to wait for some sort of bullish flag with a bullish breakout for me to take advantage of price movement all the way to this area of value. That's if we are indeed get there. Okay, so for a sell position, I would only wait for price to get into this area of value, give us some sort of bearish reversal candlestick pattern before I go short. Okay, besides that, there's nothing happening here for me to go short. But if something happens within the week, I'm going to send across our community through our Instagram page, so you can take advantage of the price movement. So if I have time, I'm also going to make a video within the week to share my opinion on the market as the trade evolves. So that's it for gold. I'm going to move on to EUR-USD. So EUR-USD, real quick, very interesting chart, bearish move. And you can see this massive bullish price movement. So this is 6 hours chart, right? So you can see this massive bullish price movement, and this happened because the DXY went bearish at the end of last week. So between Thursday and Friday, that's when we had this massive bearish move, and it affected the euro. Okay, affected EUR-USD because the US dollar was bearish, and because the US dollar is the quote currency in this currency pair, that's why we had a negative correlation with the DXY. So I talked about all this in our previous video last week. So right now I made this bearish flag thinking we would hit this top here and probably reverse, but we didn't get any sign of a reversal, and we broke through aiming for this area of value. So this is a very significant area of value. You can see the last time we were here, we had 1, 2, 3 bounces up this level. I think that's a very good support level. Then we had a good breakout, had this bearish continuation pattern, which is a kind of like a bearish flag. You can also call it a rising wedge, okay, back to this area of value with a double top reversal, and now we are back at this level. So 2 questions: are we going to see some sort of reversal candlestick pattern or a reversal chart pattern? So that's what we're going to be watching out for in order for us to go short at this level. So right now we wouldn't go short because we could easily break through this level as we did on gold, okay, as we did on gold at this price level. So we could break through and go higher, but right now we are at an area of value on EUR-USD, and it is prudent that we pay attention to what the price action does before we take our next action. But just for reference purpose, if we indeed break through this area of value, so I'm going to wait for some sort of consolidation, okay, as always, a bullish continuation pattern, a bullish breakout for me to go long, and my next target would be these highs here. So I'm going to target these highs here, and I think this will just be some decent profits. I'm going to take the price range to measure out a potential price target. So this will be approximately 250 pips move. That will be a very good trade if we're able to indeed catch that. So this is the bullish case for EUR-USD. So we're going to wait for a breakout, get that bullish continuation chart pattern or a bullish flag. It could be a symmetrical triangle, it could be an ascending triangle, a descending triangle, it doesn't matter. As far as it gets a bullish breakout at the end of the formation, then we go long to aim for these higher price levels. Alternatively, if we, on the other hand, if we indeed get a rejection off of this area of value, then we are simply going to wait for a very good reversal candlestick or a double top pattern like we had here. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in. So you can see we had a double top pattern here and we went down. So I'm just going to go down to the 2 hours time frame so we can see this clearly. Right, so 2 hours time frame, going back to our chart, so you can see we had a double top at this area of value. So if we get the same thing here, this could mean a very good reversal. Plus we have price in the overbought level, which means there's so much buying in the market right now, and this is a very good opportunity for the BS to step in to get to take advantage of this price movement around this area of value. So for me to go short, I'm either going to wait for a reversal candlestick pattern. It could be a bearish engulfing pattern, it could be a spiny top, it could be a doji, or it could be a chart pattern like a double top for me to go short. Okay, so we might get something like this. Okay, so if we get something like this, then a bearish breakout, this is something else that we'll watch out for me to go short. So if we should get something like a formation of a support level at these price levels after a consolidation, a breakout to the downside, then I'll go short. So this can also be a head and shoulder chart pattern. So it can be a small head and shoulder, it could be a big one. So something like this, okay? So you can see this kind of like a mini head and shoulder here. So you can see this is a head, the left shoulder, the right shoulder. This is the neckline. So we can get something like this around this price level, and a break of that neckline will send price going downward, and I'm going to take advantage of that price movement. So that's what I'm going to watch out for to go short on EUR-USD. But I'm going to be patient enough to see what the DXY does. So this going short here means the DXY would have to bounce around this level, okay, gaining some bullish momentum to the upside before we can consider going short on EUR-USD, because EUR-USD, gold, GB USD, they are all negatively correlated with the DXY. So I'm going to try as much as possible to do a dedicated video on currency pair correlation, DXY, to explain how these correlations work in order for you to be able to take advantage of this price action when the time comes. So that's for EUR-USD. Moving on, GBP USD real quick. Same thing. Currently at an area of value. We didn't really talk much about the GBP USD last week, other than this trend line here. So we said if we indeed get a retest, so we had a breakout here, so we expected a retest, bearish continuation, and bearish breakout for us to go short, but that didn't happen clearly. Instead, we had a bullish run to this area of value. So right now, same principle applies. So the same principle for EUR-USD is what I'm going to apply for GBP USD. So same thing, I'm going to wait for something like this, okay? So I'm going to wait for a break of this area of value, a retest, then potential move to the upside, okay? Or I'm going to wait for a breakout, a consolidation like this, and then a bullish breakout in continuation of this bullish momentum for me to go long for GBP USD. And price targets are just going to be these levels. So 1 and 2. So these are going to be our price targets if indeed this happens. But on the other hand, if we need get a bearish reversal, so everything I talked about on EUR-USD is what I'm going to wait for me to go short on GBP USD. But right now, in my opinion, I think the bullish case it looks more enticing compared to the bearish case, because there's a good chance the dollar is going to keep falling. Okay, so if the dollar keeps falling, expect GBP USD to keep rising, as well as EUR-USD are good. So I'm going to wrap up this video talking about currency pair correlation in little as much as I can. So moving on, USD JPY. Okay, so this is something we also talked about last week. Remember, this is positively correlated with the DXY because the dollar is the base currency in this currency pair, right? So we expected price to come into this area of value for a quick bounce, and we did get that price. Okay, so we did get that price action, price coming to this area of value, as I talked about in our analysis last week. So we did get the price coming to this area of value and it bounced as expected, but there again, our the news report came in. That was on Thursday, I think, and we saw this massive bearish move breaking through this area of value, sending price downwards for USD JPY. So something very interesting on USD JPY is this. So I'm going to go to the 6 hours time frame, and I'm going to add the moving average. So this is the 100-day moving average. So if you overlay the 100-day moving average, you see that the USD JPY has used this moving average as support since the beginning of this year. Okay, so you can see right from 2022, yeah, you can see we acted as support here. We had this massive bullish run, and we came back down to retest the moving average as support. But right now, this support line on the moving average has been breached, okay, has been broken. So one would have expected some sort of bullish reversal from these price levels. So one would have expected some bullish reversal from these price levels, but that didn't happen. The Japanese yen right now is very volatile, so there's a good chance we might also see the reversal to the upside even from these levels. But I just want us to be careful, just in case you are thinking to go long. Be careful, because now this moving average might act as a resistance level, preventing price from going higher. Okay, so that's something to pay attention to. So if you want to go short, all you have to do is wait for something like this. So a retest of this moving average, okay, a consolidation, a very good consolidation, and a bearish breakout in continuation of this bearish move for you to go short. So this is what you should watch out for in order to go short on USD JPY, and it could be short-lived, because if the dollar starts to gain strength and momentum, it could lead to the USD JPY currency pair going higher. Okay, so meanwhile, we are also at a very good area of value. Okay, I'm going to show you this. So we are currently at these highs, and this consolidation. So this is also a good area of value. So we have this highs here, we have this consolidation struggle between bulls and bears, between demand and supply. So if the DXY tends to get stronger from these price levels, then we could see some bullish momentum on the DXY, reversing price to the upside. But remember, we also have this 100-day moving average to contend with. If we get above that, use it as retest, then we could aim higher. So for now, I'm not thinking about any long positions on USD JPY, although we are currently oversold on the RSI on the 6 hours time frame. But I'm going to check the daily time frame right now. So if you go down to the daily time frame, you can see we are starting to get oversold, okay, but just a bit down to the oversold level, and we haven't been oversold for the past almost since the beginning of this year. So since March, that was the last time we had price going to the oversold level, okay, this to this extent on USD JPY currency pair. So this is something to pay attention to. And sorry, since 2020, excuse me, since 2020, not 2020. So since 2020, for the past 2 years approximately, we haven't had price come all the way down to this oversold level, okay, apart from here in July 2020. So approximately it's still 2 years since we had price coming to this oversold level. So there's a good chance we might see a follow through with this price movement, okay, sending price even downward. So if you take a look at the USD JPY, you can see it's acted as as a very good support level here in 2021. So I can basically say from 2021 till now, so that's from last year, so approximately 2 years, because this year is ending right now. So approximately 2 years, this 100-day moving average has acted as a support level for the USD JPY on its bullish rampage. But right now we've clearly broken through that moving average, and something interesting could happen next. So if the dollar continues to be weak, we could see something like this. So we could see something like this play out, a consolidation and a bearish breakout in continuation of this bearish decline. Okay, so that's if the dollar gets weaker, or if the if the Japanese yen gets stronger. So we might get this some sort of movement like this. So this is something to pay attention to. I'm not looking to go long right now on USD JPY because of this moving average and this movement I just explained. So that's it for USD JPY on my outlook, and this is a scenario in which I'm going to go short, a retest of the moving average and a break of this area of value for me to go short after, in fact, after a bearish consolidation or a bearish continuation chart pattern. So that's what I'm going to be watching out for USD JPY. Moving on, AUD USD, nothing much to see here. Same thing applies, just as I've explained for gold, EUR-USD and GBP USD. So it moves in the opposite direction of the dollar. So the dollar was basically the king of the forex market last week. That's why we had this bullish move. So for AUD USD, I'm simply going to wait for a bullish continuation chart pattern for me to go long. So if this happens and we indeed get a bullish breakout, then I'm going to go long for AUD USD, targeting these higher price levels. Okay, so I'm going to target here, and I'm going to target this place as well. So if we indeed get a bullish continuation chart pattern, a bullish breakout, this is what I'm going to watch out for to go long. As for shorts, I'm not going to go short right now until I see something very reasonable to go short, to enable me go short. And maybe by that time it will be another weekend, and I'll be able to make fresh videos and new insights on that price movement. So for now, for AUD USD, I'm only going to consider going long if the opportunity presents itself. So but right now, I'm not just going to jump into a buy trade because I want to make profits, okay, because there's a good chance we might just dump the same way we went higher. So we might get something like this. So excuse me, so I'm going to get rid of this. So we might get something like this. So we might get a massive dump to retest this level, consolidate a little before going higher. So this is something to also watch out for. But all the same, I'm only going to look for opportunity to go short, and best case scenario is waiting for a reversal, a consolidation like this, and then a bullish move. And remember, it doesn't have to be exactly like this, okay? It could take a day, it could take a week, it could take a month. As far as we get that bullish continuation pattern and that bullish breakout, I'm going to go long for AUD USD. So real quick, we're going to talk about Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is something I've been talking about for the past 6 months now, okay? So this is the all-time high, 68k. We went down, got this bearish flag, okay, bearish continuation pattern, had a bearish breakout, came down here, another bearish continuation pattern, came down here, and now we had another bearish continuation chart pattern, okay, giving us this support level. And yesterday, with the whole issue with FTX and all that, Alameda Research, we had a massive price decline. No, it wasn't yesterday, it was about 3 days ago. Yeah, 3 days ago. But this is a daily chart, and you can see we've clearly had about today is the 4th day approximately. Yeah, so about 3 to 5 days ago, yeah, between that range, we had this massive flush below this support level, and the next possible target for me would be at, excuse me, I'm going to go to 2 days chart, would be between 12k to 13k. So this is the next logical area of value to place your bet. Okay, so right now I'm not day trading Bitcoin, I'm just only looking for opportunities to, you know, put in some spot buys to add my order. So if you are looking to scoop some Bitcoins, I think, and I believe, not financial advice, but I believe from a technical perspective, it's logical to expect the price of Bitcoin to come into the $13,000 to $12,000 range, which would be something like this. So we could expect price to slowly grind downwards into this level, consolidate a bit for a while, maybe 6 months to a year, before we get another bullish rally. Okay, so this is just my opinion, my perspective on the market. I might be wrong, but this is what I'm going to be watching out for in order for me to buy more Bitcoins to add to my orders for the long term. So that's my outlook on BTC. And lastly, we're going to talk about NASDAQ. Okay, so NASDAQ is an indices, okay, which compares 100 top technological companies in the United States. Okay, so the NASDAQ had a breakout, okay, from this support level, from this resistance level. So could we go higher? So to go higher, I'm going to wait for same principle, a retest, possibly because we are close to the resistance level, a consolidation, and then a bullish breakout for me to go higher. This is a scenario for me to go higher for NASDAQ. Other than this, I'm not going to go long. I'm not going to go into this trade, because we could also see price giving us a fake out, coming down in continuation of a bearish trend. So nothing special is happening right now, not until at least we get some sort of bullish continuation chart pattern signifying that price is going to go higher, and a bullish breakout for us to go long. As for shorts, I'm not going to go short right now because I can't clearly see an opportunity to go short. But maybe this week we get those opportunities, and I'm going to share that with you in our next weekly analysis. So that's it for this week analysis. I hope I was able to shed some light on what I'll be watching out for this week. If you love the content, guys, please smash the like button, subscribe. If you have questions, use the question section down below, and try as much as possible to, you know, engage with the community. Okay, check out our Instagram page. We've got lots of great content there, free content. We do this skill test every week. Try to, you know, follow us, engage, and ask questions. Okay, that's one of the best ways to learn. So within a week, I'll try as much as possible to share my ideas on the markets as things evolve, as price action changes. So that's it for me this week. See you next week.